Well, we're back again, and now we're going on from Gunther Lulling's book, the one that we just introduced in the last episode. We're going to go on to this book. This is the one that Murad has done a great help for us. Remember, I talked to you about Sawma, and he is Aramaist. He is a native Aramaic speaker. He's also an Arabist, and he also understands Hebrew. That's why he is so important to this whole discussion, and that's why we want you to get this book as well. Let's make sure that this gets reprint after reprint after reprint, like what happened with Gunther Lulling. So let's do this one next. Let's do it now, and let's go to our good friend Saint Murad. Saint Murad, isn't that a great name? Let's go to his YouTube site to see what he has to say, because it's his YouTube site. God bless him for the work he has done to help us out, and we'll take it from there. We're going to get to this one, and I'm going to do a separate one on this. But I want to talk about this guy here, because Murad, my good friend Murad, who I've had on the show many times. Murad, if you're watching, God bless you for what you're doing. Here, just look down here. Look, here is his YouTube site, which is called Saint Murad. It's as simple as that. God bless him. He is such a humble man, and that's why it's such a delight to see him referring to himself as Saint Murad. One thing I love about Saint Murad, he's been a good friend. He's helped me many times in the past, but he understands the Aramaic, but he also is a fluent Arabic speaker himself. He does know a lot of Hebrew as well, and because of that, he is able to take what Sawma has said and then unpack an awful lot of what Sawma is doing. And he makes no bones that he's using Sawma's research, because Sawma himself is probably the clearest, the best, because he is from that world, he is from that language. This is his own material, and that's why we need to go to him first. But it's difficult to read, and that's why Murad has decided to help you out. Go up on his site. You can see the YouTube. I have it right here. The Saint Murad. It's just called Saint Murad /videos, and he has put up 5 examples of where the Aramaic came from. I'm just going to give you a few, going side by side. Take a look at them. I'm going to do them. I'm going to do them sequentially. He does them. He jumps all over the place. But here is Surah 105, and what he's done, he's explained it. I'm just giving you his conclusion here. Look at the conclusions here. On the left you have the Aramaic. On the right you have the Quranic. The story in Surah 105 in the Quran is all about Abraha and his elephants, who, as we know from the traditions, attacked Mecca and then were driven back. Allah sent birds with stones to drive them back. That's the story. That's the text. That's the context for Surah 105. But where does that come from? Well, you can see on the left. There's the original Aramaic, and you can see that the surah has nothing to do with Abraha, has nothing to do with this fabled Qurayshi tribe. It is much more simple than that. It's a historical context, as he said, that's going to be explained later. But there is no Mecca here, there is no Abraha in this, there are no birds, and there are no stones in the original Aramaic text. So you can see in chapter 105, they've taken the Aramaic and they've refashioned it. The Abbasids have refashioned it for their own narrative. Now, some of you are going to say, hold on a minute, they are going to look different because they probably are completely different stories taken from different contexts. What he has done, though, and this is why Sawma is so good, both the Arabic and the Aramaic have the same consonantal structures. So the consonantal text is the same in both texts. That's how we know that they are the same stories. But what is different is that the dots above and below the lines in the Aramaic have been taken out and replaced with new dots, the 5 dots that we have in Arabic, which changes the word. We've been saying this forever. This is why we keep on saying when you change the dots and the vowels, you also change the word. Well, when you change the word, you also change the meaning. So what Sawma has done is shown where the original Aramaic consonantal text that's the same as the Arabic consonantal text that comes later in the Quran, exact same consonantal text, but has different dots, which then change the words and change the meaning, as you will see in every one of these examples. Okay? Let's look at Surah 106. In Surah 106, this is all about the Quraysh. the problem is, it's not about the Quraysh. It's actually about the cattle herders. So you can see the original Aramaic text has it as cattle herders, and of course the Quranic text by the Abbasids has changed it to the Quraysh, the tribe from which Muhammad supposedly came from. And it is not a winter and summer journey. This is about the cattle herders and their cattle, and how they should worship the Lord of their house, who has fed them against hunger and secured them from fainting. That's the Aramaic context. Has been changed to one of the Qurayshi coming down to their journey down to worship their Lord in their own house. So you can see how that has been changed categorically. The next one is Surah 108. These are all at the end of the Quran. That's where they are very short, very to the point. That's why they're the easiest to give you as descriptions. In chapter 108, according to the Quran, this has everything to do with the Eid sacrifice. When you look at the Aramaic text where this has been derived from, there has nothing at all to do with Eid, or nothing to do with animal sacrifice. Remember, the Eid sacrifice is for goats, according to Islam, and that's why they point to chapter 108 as where that is derived. That's not the case in the Aramaic text. And Muhammad, it has nothing also to do with Muhammad or a castrated person. It is really just a simple instruction for the readers to persevere in their prayers. That's the Aramaic context. Has been changed to make it into an entire practice, an Islamic practice that was never there to begin with in the Aramaic text. In Surah 111, you can see here, this is really, according to Islam, according to what the Quran says, this is cursing Muhammad's evil uncle, who's named Abu Lahab, and that it's cursing him because of his finances, his money that he's trying to keep for himself. When you look at the earlier Aramaic reference that this is derived from, this has nothing to do with anybody named Abu Lahab. His name's not even in the text. It's known as the father of flames, and that he is being cast into hell with his wife. So the context is completely different. For that which was supposed to have been a story to make sure that we don't go to hell, and using an example of such, has been made into a support for the evilness of Muhammad's uncle himself. Then we get to Surah 112, and that's the last one that he does, and this is probably the most important one. Take a look at this. This is his conclusion. According to every Muslim I know, Surah 112 is the germinal, the foundational text on the belief in one God. That he is one, that he is Samad, the oneness. He neither begets nor is begotten. He does not have one equivalent to him. Now that comes straight out of the Aramaic text, which does reveal that God is one, but it's one in unity. It's actually a very triune context. The triune God, then he neither begets nor begotten, but he is God in unity, nor does anybody have anything equivalent to him, is what the Aramaic text is all about. So they've taken this God is one in unity out, this triune overlay in the Aramaic text, which is the Trinity itself, and we made it into a monotheistic statement. Here is a theological difference. Here is an enormous doctrinal difference that is at the very foundations of Islam and the very foundations of the Quran itself. These are just 5 examples. I encourage you to go to Murad's YouTube site. He'll be putting up others from here on out. You've asked where these are examples, and we've given you examples, both not only in this book, but also in Sawma's book that have been put up, thank goodness, by Murad, who does a much more in-depth unpacking of each one of those verses. Go to Murad's site, listen to him. He is an expert in this area. He does it very clearly. He is very good at explaining. I've had him on the show a number of times, and I love the way that he's very calm, very collected, and quite erudite. Please understand that we will be giving you other examples. We have our researchers going through this book right now. I'll be putting up a subsequent video where I'll give you examples in our good friend Luxembourg's material. So until then, until we get back to you, do comment, do tell us what you think. If you don't like this, that's understandable. But please come back, and if any of you do speak Aramaic, see if we've got it right, or see if they've got it right. We're not the ones doing the material. It's the Lulings, it's the Luxembourgs, and it's the Sawmas who are doing the work for us. People like Murad are interpreting it and putting it up there so you can understand it. Thomas Alexander has also done a great job. Go to his site. Here is his YouTube site. Go to see where he has also put up this material on his site. So we are tackling this. We are getting it out to you. We want to make sure you hear it, but we want to also see your responses to it. God bless you. It's been great talking to you. I hope this helps you and gives you some examples of exactly where these Aramaic precedents are coming from. This is Jay then, here in my office. Over and out.